Basically, I just love water. So that was the reason I just started windsurfing and then kept on doing it.
I started windsurfing when I was 5 years old, and I was like a small monkey. It was so funny, and then since then I really want to sail like alone and keep training and tail. Yeah, to grow up in Bonaire, yeah, for sure for me it's really a good place. Like really, it's really mellow there. The people are really nice, and yeah, it's really quiet, but it's really good for windsurfing. I think that's why most of the Bonaire people are really good in the sport of windsurfing, because the whole bay is like knee deep. So if you crash, you just stand up and keep going, and it's clear blue water, and the wind is really constant, like 20 knots to, can be sometime less, but it's most of them 20. Yeah, I started windsurfing when I was 5 years old, and yeah, Tiki was sailing, and I was like trying, I was really like fishing. And Tiki told me, hey dude, come hold the sail. And I was super small, so the boom was all the way up in the air. So I was holding the boom like, I was like a small monkey. It was so funny. And then since then, I really want to sail like alone and keep training and until I got today, you know. It's like more practice you do, how better you get. So for sure it was really a tough beginning, but now the gear is so good, so everything is going so nice right now.
Basically, so I was jumping with my brother Tiki. He was the one who was first sailing on Bonaire. Then after a couple of months, I started liking the sports with him, and then I just went out with him, trying to sail. I was always like falling. I was always like the one who was like really slowly to get something new started, you know, like really slow, getting the pull-up arm, falling down, blah blah. You know, it got me like maybe like 2-3 months to really get the sailing going. And basically, I just love water. So that was the reason I just started windsurfing and then kept on doing it. In Bonaire, we have like now so many guys who are really growing up. We're really going really into sailing, and it's like good because the level of me, Tiki, and also the other kids are really going up and up and up. And basically, all of the guys are like so good.
I think the freestyle is getting more like radical. You have to really start young, you know, because now you have to use all your like technique and muscle, and it's really, you have to push a lot. So I think how younger you start will be better for the future. Like if you start like from before 10 years old, your future will be bigger. If you start like older, I don't know, for sure you're gonna do some tricks, but it's hard to improve, you know. For sure, how younger you start is better.
Last year on tour was pretty scary actually. You know, having Kiri almost being world champion is like just at the margin to be world champion. Then something went wrong, and then he just lost it. And with me, I started pretty good. But then in the end, I was like slagging, I was like going down, like up and down, and then I finished fourth. But it's still a good thing, you know, being top 5. Like it's like always like the most level guys, like the top 5 are like the guys who are really pushing it. And having Goyito there, Tonki was fifth, and it's like, you know, you are the top five guys are always like fighting to be in first, so it's like really hard to keep up the level. Steven was world champion. I mean, he is the world champion 2011, and he's really good when it gets really windy and choppy, because he can do like the most bigger moves, like we can do, I think, double burner and all these things, and he's really focused, I think, and he always gets like better and better and better. His weakness, I don't know yet actually, because I really don't know him like so well. But for sure, he has a weakness. Going down to Kiri, he was second place. He gets really good when he's smooth. Like some days he just go, you know, it's like just blowing up everything. Everybody's it's like a piece of cake for him. And then some days he just wake up, he's like this. So I don't know what's going on.
Actually, there's few, but I think Spock in the Kabikuchi is really my new move I did. And it's really difficult because you have to be really powered up and really good speed. And to do that, it's most of the time you have to be so flat water, but to do it in chop is really difficult.
With Goyito, he was third last year. He's the guy who can be world champion, I think, for like years. But when his heart is like this, he gets really sad, and then he just lose the whole focus. So he's kind of like a guy like this. He's like bouncing around. With me, I can win an event like really easy, but like in SEAL 2010, I win the event like really easy. I was really focused. I know what I had to do. And then I went to Austria. I win again. I was really focused. I was pretty much like in my zone. But some days I just wake up. I feel like I cannot do nothing anymore. So that's why I blew up everything. So I have some weakness. Depends how I am at the certain week. Basically, we had the same board for like, I think, 5 years. And when we first started to do the flare 2006, we were like, we have already like one good board. You know, you don't want to change when you have something really good. So through all the years, we had the same board, but they were really good. They were working well for all the guys. 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, and then 2011, I was like, okay, enough. I want to do something really good, something really special. So I have emailed Tiesta actually. He's coming. I'm telling him, man, I want to change the board. Please get me to make another board. So I flew to Bangkok, started developing the board. Basically, I want to make the board smaller, so you can go higher in the moves. You can better rotations. You can do higher, like the kono, the kabikuchi, the whatever you want to, you know. So we basically make the board smaller, fatter tail, so you can have like more volume in the back when you slide them backwards. I've been trying some boards like the GP, the F2, the Fanatic, and they didn't have the things that I needed for the flare. So basically, we put like 4 boards together. So we put the F2 together, we put the flare, we put the Fanatic, we put the GP together, and we had the new flare 2012.
The first day I still on the Flare 91. The 2012 was no win, but I still win. You know, I want to sail on it. And when I go on the board and I feel like I was floating more, you know, I was like, oh, that's good. And then I was starting pump a bit and do my first move was a culo, so everything was perfect, like going really fast, and I was planing in like 12 knots already. And I was really light, I was pumping. And I feel like this board is planing really early, you know, because the 88 was more like stuck a bit. And then I went to Aruba. I was sailing on the 88 because in Aruba I have an 88 board. And then after Aruba, I went back to Bonaire and it was windy, so it was like the first day that I really tried the board the whole day. So it took me like just like half an hour. I was already used to the board. I was like, no, I don't want to go back to the 88. The 91 is everything for me now. So for sure, like the first try and everything was going so high and so clean and keep planing. So I was like, no, this board is really good.
Actually, I like the 101 because it's much more my type of board. It's kind of like more bigger, more volume, and it's just good. The 101 it's good actually. Yeah, me too. I like also the 91, but depends. If it gets really windy, I like it. If it gets like light condition, I like the 101 better because of my size. I'm 75. Yeah, Kiri, I think Kiri is like 73. But somehow we have the same style, same feeling of boards, but I like the 101 better. The feeling is radical. It's so radical, it's so fast, it spins like crazy. If you compare the 2011, the 2012 board, it's a way bigger thing, like a big step. So to me, having 2012 board made was the best thing I have did from entire year sailing, and I'm proud to have the flare. Yes, Sven Akebong helped me a lot because he knows about the shaping, about the designing, everything, about the whole concept of doing freestyling. I mean, you know, I am a guy who's just come into the sport. I mean, just come into with the whole other thing. So I'm like really new to it. I didn't really know like a lot of stuff, but I know what I wanted. So he was the one really helping me like putting the pencil onto the monofil, you know, get all these small details about the numbers and everything like that. I'm bad about numbers. So we were like drawing the board, putting everything together, and then we just have the board actually. It's pretty long days, long weeks, a month I think we were testing, and it was really amazing. But we have the on boards now.
Yeah, the most sail I use on the 91 flare is like 5.2, 4.8 in Bonaire because there is not so strong wind. But the fin that I use is 16 centimeter choco fins, and so most of the time I put it a bit in the back. It gives you like more sliding, and also you can pop good because the fin is not all the way in the front and not too far in the back, so it's a bit back than the central. So I really love it like this.
Mostly on the 91 I use 4.8, and on the 101 I use 5.2, and the fins are like depends on the wind conditions. If it gets really windy, I use 17, and if it gets like light conditions, I use sometimes I use one fin for the whole year. If it's windy, choppy, like Fuerte, Maui, you know, it's pretty windy and choppy. You put it all the way in the front, so you have more control on the board. If it's pretty light, like Aruba, Austria, Bonaire, or whatever, there's like flat conditions. You're gonna put it a bit more into the center.
I put the back foot strap like really close, so you get like the second, and from the last the first, so it's like really tight, so your foot is more like really fit in it's really stuck in the foot strap, and the front in the middle, the first in the middle, and the outside, the inside all the way up, so it's really like it's good for me. I put it like that because you have more grip, and also it's more like stuck in the foot strap, so you cannot get out of the strap really easy. And for me, I always use like that because when you go to a switch and move, it goes faster than when you put it like all the way outside or For sure I put it in the middle the most, because then it's more like really in the middle, you know. Sometimes it's like really shaky if you put it all the way out. My mesh base setup, and I really like it, like the nose to come up a bit. I really like it like almost in the center, but still a bit, just a bit back to the, like in the middle. So it's about here. So
I put the front straps into the center, like this 2-second hole, and I put the back straps really tight. So the back ones go in the front and the front one goes in the back. So it's going to be like a pretty short, tight stance. It's better actually.